Did you know that 81% of people say they want to write a book, but only 1% actually finish one? It's crazy, right? Most aspiring authors start strong but get stuck halfway through. The good news: you don't have to be part of that 81%. In this guide, I'll show you how to write a novel using Google Docs, a tool that's free, easy, and surprisingly powerful for authors at any stage. You'll learn how to overcome that terrifying blank page, organize your ideas, and polish your writing like a pro, without needing fancy software or an expensive writing course. I'll also introduce you to some mind-blowing tricks that will save you time and help you focus on what really matters: telling a great story. From creating killer characters to using cloud features to stay organized, these strategies will transform the way you approach your writing. So, if you've ever dreamt of finishing that novel, this is the moment to start. Let's dive into how you can finally turn that blank Google Docs page into the beginning of your story. Chapter 1. The blank page isn't scary. It's your canvas. The biggest challenge for most writers isn't the actual writing, it's getting started. If you're staring at a blank Google Docs page, feeling intimidated, you're not alone. It's easy to think you need a grand idea or a flawless start, but that's not how great novels are made. In fact, author Anne Lamott, in her book Bird by Bird, says, "All I have to do is show up and write one shitty first draft." The key here is permission to start messy. Google Docs offers a simple, clean environment that can help keep you focused. No distractions, no complicated tools, just the words. Take advantage of that simplicity. Try writing without worrying about perfection. Get your ideas down first. You can always edit later. A study by the National Writing Project found that 70% of writers struggle with perfectionism in the early stages, and overcoming it is crucial for progress. One easy strategy to fight blank page fear is to set a timer for 10 minutes. Don't worry about the quality, just write. This is the same technique writers like Stephen King and J.K. Rowling use. They don't wait for inspiration, they create it through action. Once the timer's up, you'll be surprised at how much you've written. That's how your story begins. Another trick: write in small chunks. Instead of aiming for 2,000 words a day, break it into 500-word sections. Small wins make the process feel less daunting, and Google Docs automatically saves your work, so you can always come back to it without worrying about losing progress. Just keep writing. It's the first step toward a completed novel. Chapter 2. Plotting in the Cloud. How Google Docs makes your story soar. Plotting a novel can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Using Google Docs cloud-based features can help you organize your thoughts, create detailed outlines, and ensure you're always on track. The best part? Everything's stored online. No more losing pages or scrambling to find your notes. Google Docs allows you to create bullet points, tables, and lists. These simple tools can help you outline your novel's structure. For example, you could start with a basic outline like this: Act 1 Introduction of characters and conflict, Act 2 Rising action, Act 3 Climax and resolution. From there, you can fill in each act with specific scenes and details. Plotting this way keeps everything in one place, easy to track, and visually clear. Using comments is a strategy that many writers overlook. Google Docs lets you leave comments on specific lines or sections, which can be useful for noting ideas, plot holes, or even dialogue suggestions. You could even ask a fellow writer or editor to leave feedback, creating a virtual collaboration space for your story. According to The Writing Life by Annie Dillard, how we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. The same can be said for plotting. If you structure your writing sessions well, breaking down your novel into manageable chunks, you'll make steady progress toward completion. Try creating a mind map in Google Docs using its drawing tools. This visual strategy helps you see how your ideas are connected and how different storylines might intersect. Mind maps are particularly useful for complex stories with multiple characters or timelines. Chapter 3. Words and Wizards. Crafting unique characters in Docs. Great storytelling isn't just about plot, it's about characters that feel real. Whether they're heroes, villains, or sidekicks, your characters need depth. Google Docs can help you craft detailed character profiles that keep you on track throughout your novel. Start by creating a table in Google Docs with sections for your character's physical traits, motivations, and backstories. For example, name, age, occupation, goals, fears, and strengths. The more detailed you get, the more real your characters will feel. According to The Art of Character by David Corbett, the key to believable characters is understanding not just their actions, but their desires and fears. Another trick is to write your character's dialogue directly in your document. Dialogue is one of the best ways to show your character's personalities. If you find yourself stuck, try writing a conversation between your main character and a secondary character. Let them talk without worrying too much about the plot. This will help you get a feel for their voices and relationships. Google Docs also makes it easy to track your character development as you go. You can highlight or underline key phrases that show growth or change. This will allow you to see how your characters evolve over time. Characters should never be static. They must face challenges that cause them to adapt, fail, or grow. Lastly, remember that your characters are allowed to surprise you. When you start a novel, you may have an idea of who they are. But as you write, they'll take on a life of their own. This is something best-selling authors like George R.R. Martin encourage. You can't make a story. The story makes you, Martin says. Let your characters take you on unexpected journeys. With Google Docs, you'll always be able to go back, adjust, and keep them consistent. If you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to subscribe for more. You'll get the latest strategies to help you craft your perfect novel. Chapter 4: Google Docs Add-ons. Secret tools that turn you into a storytelling pro. Google Docs isn't just for writing. It's also packed with tools that can make your storytelling process smoother and more efficient. Many writers don't realize that Google Docs has a library of add-ons designed specifically to make writing easier. One of the most useful tools is Grammarly, which helps you catch grammar mistakes and improve your writing style as you type. Grammarly's advanced AI detects over 400 types of writing errors, making it a handy companion for both beginners and experienced authors. Another fantastic tool is the Thesaurus add-on. While Google Docs has its own built-in thesaurus, the add-on allows you to expand your vocabulary even more by suggesting alternative words that fit your writing style. The trick here is to avoid overusing the same words. In the novel The Catcher in the Rye, J.D. Salinger used the word phony over 200 times. Sometimes repetition can hurt your writing, but with thesaurus tools, you can ensure variety. Don't forget about Google Docs' voice typing feature. This tool lets you speak your ideas aloud while Google Docs transcribes your words in real time. Voice typing is especially helpful if you're experiencing writer's block or just want to get a rough draft down quickly. You'll be surprised how many ideas flow when you stop focusing on typing. Then there's Table of Contents, a feature you can add to your document to easily navigate through your novel. If your story is divided into multiple chapters or sections, a table of contents will let you jump between different parts without endless scrolling. It keeps your novel organized and easy to navigate, especially as it grows in length. Lastly, use the Doc Tools add-on to improve the structure of your writing. It helps with formatting issues, checking for consistent heading styles, and ensuring that your document adheres to professional standards. This tool can also save you time when preparing your manuscript for submission or publication. Chapter 5: From Draft to Masterpiece. How to revise and polish like a pro. Writing a first draft is just the beginning. In fact, one of the most important parts of writing a novel happens after you finish the initial draft, the revision process. Google Docs offers some amazing tools to help you polish your work and turn that draft into a masterpiece. One of the easiest ways to start revising is by using Google Docs Version History. This tool tracks every change made to your document, so you can look back at previous drafts and see how your novel has evolved. It's like a time machine for your writing. You can revert to older versions if needed or compare changes to identify what works and what doesn't. When revising, try reading your work aloud. It might sound old school, but hearing your story helps you identify awkward phrases and pacing issues. Hemingway was known for reading his writing aloud to catch clunky sentences, and you can do the same with Google Docs. In fact, using speech-to-text can also help with this. If a sentence sounds off when spoken, it'll likely need tweaking. Another strategy is to take a break before revising. After writing, give your mind some time to rest. Research shows that taking breaks improves creativity and problem solving. When you come back to your manuscript with fresh eyes, you'll see it in a new light, and identifying areas for improvement will be much easier. Don't shy away from cutting out unnecessary scenes or dialogue. This might sound brutal, but sometimes less is more. In On Writing, Stephen King mentions how crucial it is to kill your darlings, that is, remove parts of your story you love but don't serve the overall narrative. Google Docs makes this process simple, as you can highlight and comment on sections you're unsure about before permanently removing them. Finally, be patient with yourself. A study by the University of Edinburgh found that good writers rewrite their work at least 7 times before it's ready. So don't be afraid to edit and re-edit as much as necessary. Each revision brings your story closer to its best form. Chapter 6, Publish or Perish. How Google Docs can kickstart your writing career. Once your novel is finished and polished, the next big step is publishing. Luckily, Google Docs can help you prepare for this. Whether you're submitting your manuscript to agents, self-publishing, or just sharing it online, Google Docs provides the tools you need to present your work professionally. Start by formatting your manuscript properly. Google Docs has built-in features that help you format your novel to industry standards. Use the Styles tool to ensure your chapter titles, headings, and subheadings are consistent throughout the document. This small detail can make a big difference when sending your manuscript to agents or publishers. Google Docs also allows you to export your manuscript into various formats, including Docs or PDF. Most agents and publishers prefer submissions in these formats, and Google Docs makes it simple to download your work with just a click. Make sure to save your manuscript in multiple formats to ensure compatibility with different submission platforms. If you're considering self-publishing, Google Docs can still help. You can format your document for ebooks or print-on-demand services by adjusting the layout, font, and margins to meet the requirements of platforms like Amazon KDP or Ingram Spark. Many self-published authors use Google Docs for this very reason. It's free and flexible. Another perk of Google Docs is its integration with Google Drive. You can easily share your manuscript with editors, beta readers, or fellow writers, all while keeping it safely stored in the cloud. Beta readers, in particular, will appreciate the ability to leave comments and suggestions directly on the document, helping you fine-tune your story before it goes public. Lastly, once your novel is published, don't forget about marketing. Use Google Docs to create a list of potential reviewers or bloggers who might help spread the word. You can also draft press releases, social media posts, and email newsletters directly within Google Docs to promote your work. The organization features of Docs will keep you on track as you take your first steps as a published author. Conclusion: writing a novel is a journey, but Google Docs can make that journey easier and more efficient. From brainstorming ideas and plotting to revising drafts and preparing for publication, these strategies help guide you through each step of the process. With the right tools, patience, and creativity, you can turn your story into something amazing, one word at a time.